Some high praise as we are underway in Ithaca, and it's the top seed, Cornell Big Red, that start with the ball.
Everyone eats on offense. So the number one rated offense in the country. Albany can do their best to neutralize CJ, but he's going to get his points. They're going to have to make sure that they limit Goldstein, Ryan Goldstein, on the offensive side of the ball. Here he is with it right now.
Goldstein spinning his way free, curls around. Great save, Brady Smith, just a freshman. Well defended by Cornell. Nust out of his cage, clamps the ball until the shot clock expires. Against the MAC champ Siena, they won 11-9. Richmond 2 goals and 3 assists in that game. Very two-handed, shovel shot to open the scoring. Silas Richmond, are you kidding me? And it's Albany that draws first blood against the top-seeded Big Red.
Jay, I said it in the open. Silas Richmond, Lyle Thompson, Connor Fields conversation. That's the exact type of goal that those guys can score. You see here, initiate contact, get down the hash. I remember that exact same goal Lyle Thompson scored against Loyola in 2014. That was unbelievable out of Silas Richmond.
Shot clock still with 20 seconds on it. Good save, Wyatt Nust, the senior who's been steady all season long for number 1 Cornell. Complimentary lacrosse, he calls it. This is Michael Long. Great pass. What a save! Brady Smith to deny Firth. It falls to the Great Danes. Silas Richmond has it. 20 seconds to work with. Palem weaving in. Great save, Wyatt Nust. Long ricochet, and the Big Red have numbers to Kirst. The extra pass, quick stick finish, but it won't count. Crease violation. Goldstein fell into the crease on the finish. Wave off the goal.
Of what is happening right now.
And right now, Cornell dialed in defensively. You see them getting in the way of passing lanes, soaking shots, and off running in transition again. Long pole on the doorstep, save made by Brady Smith. Good ball movement. Kirst, Brady Smith the stop, the rebound goes in! Cornell finally finds the back of the net. Michael Long delivers, perfectly placed, and the Big Red have answered. Our final first round matchup in the 2025 NCAA tournament, and we've got a good one so far, tied at 1 in Ithaca. Quick ball movement here, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Long keeps it moving. Finds Kirst, deadly from there! CJ Kirst buries his 69th goal of the season, and the senior fires the Big Red in front.
Jay, it's the ball movement for me with Cornell. It's just getting in and out of their sticks so quick. They know where the next guy is. They don't even have to look. They know he's open. CJ Kirst, I don't know if there's more automatic shot than him at 7 yards from that lefty wing right now in Lacrosse.
It's not official. He's one of 5 finalists, but he's going to be the winner.
He's going to be the winner. It's resounding. I don't know if it's ever been a situation where we knew this early on that the Tour-a-thon winner was going to be who it is. And it's just a credit to CJ Kirst.
And this is the top-seeded Cornell Big Red we've been used to seeing. Michael Long. This offense is poetry in motion. 14 seconds in between those 2 Cornell goals.
And it just felt like it was only a matter of time before this happened. Albany needed to jump on it when they had the chance, and now potentially it's too late because Cornell is feeling it. Michael Long, that's his 2nd goal of the game.
Where's Jeff Teetzold, number 51 for Cornell. Another crafty Canadian that has made his way to Ithaca. Kirst unloads another. Brady Smith got in front of that one.
That if they could get out to a faster start today, they could make this a game.
Yeah, the teams met 6 weeks ago on April 1st. Cornell won it 18-11. But Albany battling here 6 weeks later. James Reed perfectly placed. That's a great point going back to that first matchup. Scott Marr said, we were there for 3 quarters. The problem was the first quarter. They're showing that they can go toe for toe with the nation's top team.
And it starts with another tremendous effort on defense. You see Max Neeson there. And then offensively, Ben Wimmer drawing the attention, getting it to James Reed, who just steps in. His hands are free. Nothing fancy about this, just putting the ball low, and Wyatt Nuss just can't get to it.
Good save, Nuss. Kelleher with a head of steam, lets it rip. Brady Smith says no. Incredible moment for that young man. Kept alive. Alex Pfeiffer, the junior, lets it rip. And Nuss read it the whole way. Second line midfield on for Cornell, trying to ignite this offense. Good ball movement here. Bouncer and a goal. C.J. Kirst notches his second of this first half, and that makes 100 points on the season for the senior. 70th goal to go along with 30 assists.
As I mentioned, Jay, it's just stick side high. Wyatt Nuss is reading that the whole way. You give Cornell the ball. Ryan Goldstein gets his hands free, which hasn't happened all game either. And then C.J. Kirst, the unanimous best player in the country, is hands free at 10 yards. That's going to go in every time.
Only 6 goals scored in this first half. We expected a lot more scoring between these two teams. Albany looking for the answer, and they get it! Jackson Palum stings the corner, and the Great Danes an immediate answer.
Good God, Jackson Palum. Man, he made this corner feel this, getting down the alley. Now that's a high-quality shot. Off stick from Wyatt Nuss, just absorbing the contact. He made that one count, Jay, and that's what the Albany Great Danes need to stay in this game.
Shot clock under 20. Kirst calling for it, gets it. He's got 2 of the Big Reds' 4. Nation's leading goal scorer. There is another. C.J. Kirst. It's a first half hat trick to put the Big Red up by 2.
Jay, I felt like Kirst was kind of hanging out on the crease a little bit. I didn't love that. He gets the ball here. He says, you know what? I'm the best player in the country. When I want a bucket, I'm going to go get it. He gets down the alley to his right hand, which has become a patented move of his, that jump shot with his right hand. And that hot pop coming out of his stick, man, you can feel that.
Down to 7 seconds, Kesselring tangled up, trying to spin his way free, curls around, got a good look, but denied by Wyatt Nuss. And here's Kirst, first half hat trick for him, 3 of Cornell's 5. Kirst, he'll make you pay. Kirst buries his 4th goal of the game. And if there's anyone who's going to ignite this Big Red offense, it's 15 in white.
There's so much to say about C.J. Kirst, Jay, and you just watch him here. He gets the ball in his stick early on, drawing the attention, and then he gets it out of his stick and he goes for a cut. And on that cut, he's going down the left alley, drops his head and shoots it back to the far pipe.
A year ago, C.J. Kirst misses the NCAA tournament, but his freshman year made the title game, losing to Maryland. Would love to bookend what has been a remarkable Cornell career by hoisting that trophy. They have come out with a head of steam. Nearly another goal there, well saved by Brady Smith. For as well as Albany played defensively in the first half, we heard from their veteran head coach Scott Marr that needed something offensively. Easy save there by Wyatt Nuss. But a flag comes in late. well after the shot. This is going to be against Matt Dooley. Waldman regathers, doesn't go to goal though. Brian Luzzy blows it by Brady Smith. And Cornell has their largest lead of the game. Now a 4-goal cushion.
Starts with Cornell defensively, just absolutely bobbing Silas Richmond there to cause the turnover. And then Cornell, we talked to Coach Busick this week. The term that came up was leveling up offensively. I felt like Ryan Waldman there to start that possession turned down that low angle opportunity.
Jackson Palem, he's got a goal to his name. And now Kesselring with 20 seconds to shoot. No angle, and it nearly went. Long ricochet. Ground ball, stolen away. Kelleher, the big boy, steps into it and scores! Hugh Kelleher, showing why he was just named the Ivy League Midfielder of the Year, unleashes a flamethrower, and Cornell leads by 5.
What a deflating play for the Albany Great Danes. Hugh Kelleher setting the stage here. Cornell up 8-3. They have to win the Big Ten Ohio State, so they have to play 2 games in the same weekend and then go into this Notre Dame matchup a little bit beat up. That's really tough.
So Ohio State's season is over. Now, Ivy League fans thought Harvard was well on their way to a win. Syracuse had other ideas. Big save there by Brady Smith. Quick outlet as well. Little too quick though, and Albany turns it over. Richmond spins free, bounces right into the stick of Wyatt Nust. Kirst calling for it, gets it, and scores! CJ Kirst does it again. 5 goals tonight, and you can ship the torch on to Ithaca.
Jay, he's a marked man. He's open all game long. It's off ball too. Just watch him. He never stops moving his feet during his cuts. He starts at the top right of the box, cuts into the middle, slows down a little bit, then speeds up.
To that greatest ever conversation.
Top 5 offensively, no doubt about it.
What a goal! Their quick stick finish. Colton Marquis, take a bow, young man. And that's Albany's first goal in 17 minutes. It's a beautiful one.
What a snag by Colton Marquis. Ben Wimmer finds him on the backside, heads up play. You see him last second turn his head there to deceive the defense. Then Colton snags that thing out of the air one time. That's so impressive. That takes so much skill.
Goldstein hurries off the restart, curling around. Big save to finish this third quarter. Brady Smith has done it all in goal for Albany.
Tremendous season thus far for the Cornell Big Red, and the word that just comes to mind for me, suffocating, Jay. Whenever they get the ball, it just feels like something's gonna happen. They play make it, take it, and now their defense is playing at championship level.
For much of that game, including late, would be a great quarterfinal rematch should this result hold. Great save, Brady Smith. What more could you ask from the freshman goalie? Ryan Goldstein been very quiet for his standards tonight. Number 30 in white has it here. Great footwork. Always picks the right pass. Does so there. And Firth put just enough on it to muscle it past Brady Smith.
Brady Smith looking a little bit banged up there off that Firth goal. If you're Albany, that's the last thing you want to have happen right now as Brady Smith gets pulled. But William Firth scores this off the Ryan Goldstein feed, and when Goldstein has a shorty, it's game over. And I said this to you before the game, Jay. William Firth reminds me an awful lot about 51 Jeff Teat that used to wear that number at Cornell, and I know he's a sophomore right now.
That's a big-time comparison. And his teammates really respond to that message. If it's not good enough for CJ, then we all got to keep chasing it as well.
I had an opportunity.
Right on cue! CJ Kirst, a flamethrower, stings the corner. 6 goals for Kirst, and that's the best of the bunch. A jaw dropper.
I was about to talk about CJ Kirst shooting with this kid a year ago. I had never seen a player more dialed in than CJ Kirst. He was a junior at the time. He's a senior now with the right hand. He didn't have that his entire career. He developed that.
6 goals tonight. He's already the nation's leading scorer in the history of Division I lacrosse. To go offhand like that, Jules, is ridiculous.
Jay, not only to go offhand, but that's just not something he had in his bag. And now that is an elite shot for him.
Second youngest Kirst brother, by the way. Caden, of course, the goalie at Rutgers right now. Great save by Nust. I don't think there's a better story in college lacrosse right now than the Kirst family.
Talk about stewards.
What a goal! Kelleher, that corner's taking a beating right now.
Brady Smith has done everything he can, Jay. It was only a matter of time before the floodgates opened up. And this guy, Hugh Kelleher, man, he's the real deal. When he gets his feet going, I mean, he is hard to stop. That's old school lacrosse right there. A big-time mini taking a jump shot in the middle of the field like that with his offhand, hitting that top right corner.
But tonight showed that Cornell does not even need to be at their best offensively, and they still find ways to win. Connor Busick calls it complementary lacrosse, and that's what they've been this year. Hands free, and he'll make you pay. Silas Richmond, he's a special player too, just a junior. He has led Albany on a great campaign.
Silas been doing everything he can tonight for Albany, and finally he gets his hands free. And when a player like this has his hands free with his strong hand, he's going to make it count. Steps into that, driving off that back foot and absolutely unloading into that top corner. Craziest stat I heard on Kirst. 60 career caused turnovers. He's 6th all time.
Great goal there. Shot clock ticking under 3. Kelleher buries it. Continue with your stat.
6th all time
for Cornell.
Caused turnovers for Cornell as an attackman.
Crazy.
That doesn't even make sense, Jack.
No, it's a stop. Kelleher has a hat trick.
Kelleher showing his off-ball prowess here, just settling into the green, grabbing them with his right hand. That's a difficult shot, shooting over the Albany defender, putting it in the bottom right corner.
What ball movement. And another spectacular goal. Ryan Sheehan, the senior, can't do it much better than that, Jules.
Jay, I gotta say, do you understand how difficult it is to get the collective buy-in to play like this on offense? The word we heard from Coach Busick, we mentioned it earlier, leveling up. Goldstein, leveling up, leveling up. Finally, the ball gets back up top to Ryan Sheehan to score it. It comes, and it comes in bunches with Cornell.
Cornell, assuming they can hold on to this lead the final 4.5 minutes here, will take on Richmond, noon Saturday, ESPNU. Great goal there out of the midfield. Connor Fingar, the New York native, bouncer to bury that one.
Fingar, just his 3rd goal of the season, the senior, his last opportunity to play, stepping into one and making it count. The defensive midfielder just crow-hopping there, putting everything he could to get that one past Wyatt Nust. But it's balanced. It's a balanced year for all the conferences. Ivy League, Big Ten, ACC. Obviously, you got Richmond in there.
Great goal. Firth, the crafty Canadian. And after that slow first half, Cornell gets to 15, one shy of their season average.
Firth, after Michael Long drew the attention, he's not going to get any credit for that. The hit and assist in the offense, they don't care. It's all about getting the best shot. First team all Ivy League. That is very, very difficult to do. Not to mention, he isn't this dynamic dodging threat. He just does a lot of small things very, very well and makes his impact felt all over the offense. They have the playoff experience. They know how to get it done. I think they're another team to watch out for making a run.
Great save, and that's the backup as Wyatt Nust was pulled. Tully in cage for Cornell. Gets into the box score. And the Big Red, an uncomfortable first half, ends up being a 9-goal win